Good day. Let's say you want to buy a car worth 500,000 Rand. You don't have enough money, so you will make use of hire purchase. What is hire purchase? It's an arrangement for buying expensive goods, and you need to initially give a deposit and then pay the balance plus the interest in installments. Let's do an example to see whether you understand. The car, 500,000 Rand for the car. So 500,000 Rand for the car. You need to give a 10% deposit. 10% deposit. And the interest rate will be 13%. 13% per annum. And we'll say it's simple interest. And it will be for 6 years. For 6 years. My question is, what is the monthly installment? Monthly installment. Now, this calculation actually consists of a lot of different calculations. So what should we work out first? Maybe you should start working out what's the 10% deposit. So for my deposit, I will say, what is 10% of 500,000 Rand? You can do it off by heart, or you can take your calculator, work it out. You will see 10% is 50,000 Rand, which means that you need to pay 50,000 Rand up front. And then you still owe them 450,000 Rand. So your balance will be 500,000 minus your 50,000, and that is 450,000. So now, unfortunately, you need to pay interest on this. So let's work out the simple interest. We can say the simple interest in this case will be P times I times N. So it will be 450,000 Rand times my I is 13 over 100 times the N is 6 years. Okay, and if you do this calculation on your calculator, you'll get an answer of 351,000, which means that you need to pay an additional 351,000. So in total, what do you owe them? In total, you still need to pay the 450,000 plus the 351,000. So it gives you a value of 801,000. It's a huge amount. So for 6 years, in total, the 801,000. So how are we going to determine the monthly installments? It's important to realize how many months are there in 6 years. 72. Well done. So for my monthly installment, I can say take my total amount, that's 801,000, divided by the amount of months, so it will be 6 times 12, and that is 72. And if you work this out, you'll get an answer of 11,125 that you need to pay monthly in order to be able to purchase this car. Now, let's say you would like to take these details and you put it in on the internet, where they requested all this information and there's calculators that will work out the monthly installment. Then you might come across a different answer. Now let me explain to you why. Here we have used simple interest, okay? So when they do in real life calculate these the values, they actually make use of a bit of compound interest, okay? But they also have a formula that's not applicable on you. You don't have to worry about it. I'll show you that to you now, but you don't have to know this. But it's important that you understand why you get different answers. So let's have a look at that formula. To determine the monthly installment, okay, they said, oh, and have a look at this one. Take your amount and times the interest over the amount of installments per year. And it is divided by 1 minus 1 plus r over n to the power of negative n times t. So, if you substitute all these values and information now in there, let's do that. You will see what answer we will get. So, my P is 450,000 Rand. The R will be, the interest rate is 0.13 because it's divided by 100. And the N is the amount of installments per year. And it's monthly, so there's 12 of it, okay? Divided by 1 minus 1 plus 0.13 over 12 to the power of N is 12, and it's 6 years. Type it into your calculator and see what's the answer. Round it off a bit. Did you get something in the 9,000s? Maybe you got an answer of 9,033 Rand and 35 cents. So boys and girls, just understand why it is different, please. We're going to do a last example. And this example we're going to apply on the information of our first example. Okay? Let's say you want to buy a laptop. And the laptop is where, you need to pay 10,000 Rand for that. On hire purchase for 4 years. 4 years. It's 9% per annum, but it's simple interest. Okay? And you need to pay a deposit of 10%. Deposit of 10%. And then they have an additional insurance. Additional insurance of 40 Rand per month. So what is your monthly installment? Let's work it out. Basically on this, okay? First thing, the deposit is 10%. So we would like to deduct that deposit first before we work out the interest. So I can say for my deposit, 10% of 10,000 equals 1,000 Rand. So you need to work out the interest on 1,000 Rand less than the 10,000. And that will be 9,000 Rand. Okay, let's use this formula. A total amount is P plus PIN. And then I will get 9,000 plus 9,000 times, what's the interest rate? 9%, so 9 over 100 times for 4 years. And if you get an answer, you'll see the answer should be 12,240. Okay. So now I need to determine my monthly installment. It means that you need to take this amount and divide it by the amount of months in 4 years. But there's a catch. They have added an additional insurance. So there's an extra 40 Rand there. There's an extra 40 Rand that you still need to pay per month additionally. So we can work out our monthly installment by saying 12,240 Rand divided by 4 times 12, because there's 4 years and 12 months in a year, plus the additional 40 Rand. Plus the 40 Rand, and that will give you an answer of 295 Rand per month. Check me. See if you agree with me. And I hope you understand hire purchase and how it happens in real life. Until next time, goodbye.